right, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions offense. Let's talk, man. What's the two? What's gonna take them over the top? And I think you know what you're getting for Jared Goff every year. But I think you know what you're getting from Jared Goff every year. Um, so I don't really think that's a cause for concern. Uh, but I think it's three guys that I spotlight: Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Sam Laporta. And I think what's changed this offense around is Gibbs and Williams' speed. You know, they are football players with track speed, not track players trying to be football players. And I think, them making another leap this year, and it's crazy to say Jahmyr making another leap, and ESPN considered him the third best running back in the league behind Henry and Barkley. But him making another leap this year, and J-Mo making a leap, 58 catches, 1,000 yards, you know, and now, when you look at it, J-Mo get a clear slate. I know y'all like, what do that mean? Like Ben Johnson, you could tell that he didn't trust Jameson Williams to give him the value. I think with John Morton's whole mantra coming in is explosive plays. Who's more explosive than Jameson Williams on the football team? That's what you got to ask yourself. So you may see that 58 catches. It may go up to 75, 80 catches. He probably never be a 100 catch guy. Most of those 100 catch guys, are chain movers. You know what I'm saying? Like, Larry Fitzgerald. Like, one of those guys, like, and even that year Calvin was here. He had a lot of yards when he had the yards, but he didn't get in the end zone that much. So he's more of a chain, it's probably going to be more of a chain mover. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Thomas, guys like that, but you may see him creep to the 75 catches, 80 catches this year, and the opportunities are going to expand. And when you can have a guy that can take the top off the offense like that, and then you got two guys who can do everything underneath from Laporta, and I'm going to get to him and St. Brown, and really can move those chains, you become a dangerous team. So him taking the next step, with his explosiveness and his football skills, that is really probably the biggest wrinkle in the offense outside of Morton bringing in a new philosophy with him and David Shaw. Now, going to Jahmyr Gibbs, most of the conventional thought is we want more Gibbs. But we understand that they use Montgomery and Gibbs to keep each other fresh. And then you may see them fire up the Vacky this year a little bit more, Senor Vacky. But they use each other to keep them guys fresh. So just continuing to expand this game in the passing game. I think that's the next step for him, seeing what McCaffrey and Kamara and Barkley doing in the passing game, and kind of joining that and doing it the next step that way. But he probably have an uptick in carries this year too, or touches in general, because guess what? They want more explosive plays. So now you're going to see him, kind of probably get somewhat of an uptick. Instead of it kind of being like more Montgomery than Gibbs, you're probably going to see, or more, just as much, you're probably going to see a 60-40 split of more Gibbs and then Montgomery, especially later in the season. And even early in the season, you may see more Montgomery. You might see more Montgomery early in the season to keep Gibbs fresh. But his step in the receptions level and his maturation as a running back, once again, more chunk plays. And when you get more chunk plays, it just makes the defense fall back more. It's going to open it up for St. Brown. So it's very critical for J-Mo, to do what he needs to do and make it easier on St. Brown. But it's also more important for the offense that Jahmyr Gibbs grow as a receiving back and continue to grow as a running back. The offense is really going to it's going to sound funny, is really going to hinge outside of Jared Goff on them two and their explosive plays. But then you get a guy like Sam Laporta, and I think he is built to have a big year this year. Last year came in with an injury. He's going to have a big year. Not only a guy that can move the chains, a guy that get a lot of yak. His ability to stretch the defense going down the field, his ability to catch it and run after the carry, his ability to move the chain. I mean, he's an ultimate safety net. I mean, and then you just talk about how he can get dirty in the run game. You know, he could block with the best of them. So yeah, I mean, he's going to be a critical part. So kind of when you kind of say, well, the Lions didn't really make a huge upgrade, I think they made really good, huge upgrades offensively. When you move on from Frank Ragnow and then you put in a Rutledge in there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's an upgrade. Like, well, I'm gonna say upgrade, but that's a huge transition right there. You know, now you going from, what was the dude's name that played for the Bears? They picked him up, Jonah Jackson to Kevin Zeifer. Now you going to Mahogany. You know, so they've done a lot of things, and you keep Tim Patrick around. But ultimately, really, what you're looking at is Laporta's on the doorstep of getting a check. J-Mo on the doorstep of getting a check. You know, Gibbs is starting to get, spotlight on him. St. Brown, and they all work well together. You know, the thing about Gibbs and Jamison Williams is they're explosive football players, and they do things to loosen the defense. But also, when you look at the other side, St. Brown and Laporta, they do everything as well too. They can take a 5-yard hitch to the house, especially St. Brown. They can move the chains, you know what I'm saying? They can go stretch the defense down there. So they got a really good balance going on. But I think Laporte is one to watch. I heard Amara St. Brown said, I think that's somebody to keep your eye on this year. That's really about to break out. I think you might see him have one of those tight end overall record-breaking seasons. I think that's what you may see. And I think, third down, you know where they looking at. Like, there ain't no mystery on third down. You got the way Ben Johnson ran the offense, I give him credit. But it's also credit to Dan Campbell for being so aggressive. When you are known as a 4-down team, you can do anything you want to on third down. But on third down, everybody becomes a factor, especially the main guys. But the three main guys, just position-wise on this team, that's a factor on third downs is Amara, the receiver, Sam Laporta, the tight end, and anybody who playing running back. Because it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and these motherfuckers going for it. They can call. How many times we seen the Lions on 3rd and mid or 3rd and long, kind of longish 6, 3rd and 5, 4, 3, and they hand it off to the running back. He get 10, 15 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like the playbook is just but it's open. So, and then you got to worry about if you play man to man or you play zone. You got to worry about St. Brown and Sam Laporta. And then, we've seen opportunity with situations, like I said, they hand the ball off. And in situations that they'll throw it down the field. They'll throw it to Tim Patrick one-on-one or something like that. So, yeah, the offense is really sick once you look at it. But, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link in the description. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.